Hello friends, I'm calling this video the GameStop Conspiracy, and in this video slash audio presentation we're going to take a look at a lot of different topics that all basically boil back to the same thing. And so we're going to take a look at this GameStop story, which we've all heard so much about, Reddit Wall Street bets, Robinhood. We're going to take a look at what happened 10 to 12 years ago with Occupy Wall Street, Ron Paul, and the Zeitgeist film. Believe it or not, what we're seeing today has a lot of similarities to what happened back then, not just on the surface, but also below the surface. We're going to take a look at Q and hopium and censorship and how they all feed in to what's happening right now. We're going to take a look at what I believe are the four leading conspiracy forums, the ones that people go to talk about some of these topics before they enter the broader discussion. Not just GameStop, but also the whole virus thing. Reddit Conspiracy, Zero Hedge, Godlike Productions, and 4chan Poll. They all feed into all of this as well. And then once we've taken a look at these topics, we're going to discuss the end game. Now I've got lots of different clips that I want to play. So it's going to be kind of like a clip show, kind of like a clip video. We're going to take a look at this market manipulation Illuminati card game, which might seem a bit esoteric, but trust me, it all makes sense, guys. Just bear with me. Of course, I have talked about this GameStop thing and my basic idea about who's behind it in a previous video, link to that in the info box below. Right now on CNN, they're talking about the Reddit army that's crushing Wall Street. This is mainstream news. That's not an accident. Not just in America, but in Australia as well. The opinion section of The Age is talking about how Wall Street may never be the same after the GameStop saga. That is one of the two leading opinion pieces in a very big newspaper in Melbourne, my home city. And that's just one example. I'm sure you've seen it in your news as well. This is big mainstream news. We're going to take a look at this Wall Street bets subreddit. We're going to take a look at the stats. The stats will blow you away what's happening right now. People think this is organic, and to an extent it is organic, but there's something else behind it, and I think I can prove that to you in this presentation. Hopium. So much of what we're seeing right now is driven by hopium, and look, I don't blame people who want something to hope for, especially given the state of the world right now. But what happens when people become addicted to hopium? If they lose one dealer, they want a new dealer. I think we're looking at a hopium dealership going on here. People lost Q, now they're moving where? We're going to talk about that. Occupy Wall Street. Like I said before, so much of what we're seeing right now has been mirrored before in the past. We're going to take a look at this Occupy movement. You might not believe this, but the mainstream media was helping to push the Occupy Wall Street movement the same as they're helping to push this GameStop thing. I know that sounds crazy, I can prove it to you. We're going to take a look at that. And then this Q thing, even if the news was against Q, they were helping to push. See, it's all being built up. That's what I'm going to try and prove to you in this presentation. This is all being built up step by step by step. And then when you look at the steps one by one, even if you already know all of the steps, when you look at them in totality, which is what we're going to be doing here, you can see exactly what's been going on and where it's going to go next. The Zeitgeist film, you might remember Zeitgeist. We're going to take a look at that and what I think they were trying to do with that film and what happened next. It's related to all of this. Believe it or not, I actually went to the Zeitgeist Day in Brisbane back in 2017. I actually met Peter Joseph, the guy who made the Zeitgeist films. I met the people who were involved in that movement. And I remember realizing a few things when I was there that I've never been able to convey until today, but I think in this presentation you'll see that it all makes sense. And then also we're going to talk about sync. It's related to this. There's a reason why it's called GameStop. And we're going to talk about the art of the honk war, which is a piece that I released a couple of years ago, which has never been more relevant than it is right now. We're going to talk about Ron Paul and Bernie Sanders, these mirror image guys who had all this internet support but were stymied, and how that internet support once again is being used by the people who know what they're doing and funneled into where they want it to go. So this should take about 40 to 60 minutes to get through all of the clips and all of the information. So I hope you enjoy what's about to come. It took me a while to put all of this together, but I think, like I said, by the end, it'll all make sense. Right now, as we speak, GameStop is trading at about $310, $320 US. We'll see where that is at the end in 30, 40, 50 minutes. There's a good chance it'll have gone either significantly up or significantly down. It's hugely volatile. We'll come back to all of that. This market manipulation card from the Illuminati card game series. If you've read my series, my written series on this particular card game, you might already be familiar with this card, but basically, I think this card game is more than just a mere card game. And I did see this card, someone posted it on Twitter, and I thought that's very appropriate. Nice to start off with that. They've got the scales They've got the pyramid with the eye on one side of the scales, the money on the other. And of course, right now, one of the stories is that it's not just that the Redditors are beating GameStop, but that they've been stymied. They've been stooged by the people who run the trading agencies. Oh, the trading agencies didn't let people trade. They closed out people's positions. Oh, it's the regular person is getting stooged by the big end of town, yeah? That's part of the narrative. That's part of the narrative that's being pushed. And as I explained before, this is the mainstream. It's on CNN, inside the Reddit army that's crushing Wall Street. For those of you who haven't actually seen this subreddit, this is Wall Street Bets. As we speak, they've got more than 6 million readers. And I mean, let's look at some of the titles of the threads. GME Afternoon Pajama Party, 10,000 comments. All right. In honor of finally seeing the almighty, and this user is a guy who helped to start the whole move towards buying these stocks. Hold on to your stocks, guys. It's basically a whole bunch of people sitting around saying, buy this particular stock, GameStop, and hold it, don't sell it. Buy it, hold it, don't sell. Buy more. All right, I'll give an example. Let's go and take a look at this thread. Wear Chads and I love it. Stuff Wall Street, let's go. Buy now, the price will go up. Rocket to the moon. SEC should halt trading at 320 to get them back for halting us. And this is how it is, man. These comments are all from the last few seconds. Like the number of comments that are getting posted to this subreddit are just phenomenal. Let's take a look at some statistics. This is from subreddit stats. Reddit Wall Street Bets. All right. At the moment, it has 6 million subs, which makes it one of the top 60 subs in all of Reddit. Okay, they're getting 340,000 comments per day. That's the top rank. So in all of Reddit, this is the most popular Reddit right now as we speak. They're getting 15,000 posts per day. Again, they're ranked number 1. It just goes on and on like that. And take a look at the number of subscribers, right? It has gone up in just the last few days by millions. Look at that. That is just crazy. This is all just in the last few days. It's just gone nuts. Millions and millions of subscribers. All right, same with comments per day. It's just gone nuts. To help emphasize that point, take a look at the broader subreddit stats. What are the top subs right now as all of this is happening? Class Action Robinhood. Robinhood being one of the trading platforms, one of the apps to trade. That's the top subreddit. Satoshi Street Bets, AMC stock. These, Dogecoin, Wall Street Bets Elite, these are all related to what's happening right now. They're all related to the same thing. They're all the fastest growing subreddits right now. The top comments per day is Wall Street Bets, as we said before. So I'm going over this just to give an idea of what a big deal this is on the internet right now. This is an internet phenomenon being driven by the mainstream media and being driven by some of those forums that we mentioned earlier. So what's happening is Wall Street Bets is saying, hey, go and buy this stock. Okay, GameStop. How do you do that? Many of them are using Robinhood. The reason why they're using the Robinhood app is because the trades are free. Up until a couple of years ago, you pretty much had to pay money to make a trade. You want to buy $500 worth of stock in Apple, you're going to have to pay a fee to buy the stock. What Robinhood and a couple of other groups like them did that was different was they said, we'll let you use our platform and you use it on your phone, an app, and you can trade for free. You can buy and sell for free, no charge, okay, no commission to do that. The way that these groups make their money is by selling your order. So you might decide, hey, and this is just an example, Apple is at $1,000. I will sell my stock if it gets to $1,200 because I don't think it will get any higher than that. So in other words, you don't have to sit at your computer and wait for that to happen. You just tell your program, hey, if it gets to $1,200, I'm going to sell my stock. So you can put your order in. Well, if all of these people who are using Robinhood are doing that, now you can see the books. That's very useful information. Who is going to sell and when, or who is going to buy and when. That is very useful information for the hedge funds and for the big institutions who deal in trading. That information is very useful. So just like with anything, if you're getting something for free, there's a very good chance that in a way you are actually the product. And that's what Robinhood do. So they say, hey, come and trade for free. So all of a sudden you've got all these people, and this is one of the reasons why Reddit Wall Street Bets has gotten so big, is because all of a sudden people can get in, just regular people. And of course people are locked down in their houses in 2020. What are they doing? More and more people are saying, hey, I'm just going to get involved in the stock market, why not? So can you see what's going on here? Reddit Wall Street Bets are promoting GameStop, and many people are buying via Robinhood. The significance here is Reddit is a super big website today. I'm sure most of you guys use it. If you don't, then you're probably missing out. There's a ton of subreddits to use. I use it a lot as well. We'll come back and talk about that later in this presentation. But you've got a massive subreddit that is just growing crazy fast over the last few days, okay? Like we saw before, hundreds of thousands of comments a day. What's happening there is just insane. You can't even keep up with the threads. It's just the way that it's grown and the number of people who are there, it really is, I've never seen anything like it. And I've been using Reddit for a long time. They're saying buy this stock. And many people are buying it via Robinhood. That's the key thing to take away here. The next thing I want to talk about is hopium. And I've brought up the Urban Dictionary here so I can just use their definition, because why not? Hopium, an addiction to false hopes. Pretty straightforward. Especially with the way that the world is now. A lot of people want something to believe in. I mean, people always, I think this is just part of the natural human condition. People want something to believe in. And what can they believe in? We want to believe in things that the crowd believes in. We want people to be on our side, whether it's a political candidate, a sporting team, a movement, a stock that we're buying into, whether it's selling Tupperware or any of those multi-level marketing. Whatever it is that we're doing, we want something to believe in, and we want to be part of a tribe. That's a natural human thing. And up until a couple of weeks ago, there was a pretty powerful online tribe who had hope that Trump was going to do something to fix the place. We've had a rigged election. We need someone to come and fix this. Don't worry, Trump's going to do it. And this Q thing's been a thing for a long time, but all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, that energy dissipates because the inauguration comes. And what happens? Where's the draining of the swamp? You know, people have been waiting so patiently. It's going to happen, it's going to happen. And of course, the biggest subreddit for a period there, the biggest place to discuss Q was, of course, Reddit. They ended up getting censored and they had to go elsewhere. But for a period of time, Q was also a Reddit-based thing. But now they've got all this energy, they've got all this hopium, and it gets kiboshed. Where does that energy go? I put to you that goes straight into GameStop, and I put to you that it is not a coincidence that the inauguration was a couple of weeks ago. Trump didn't do anything, now Trump's gone. The whole Q thing was a complete load of nonsense. All of these people, thousands and thousands of highly active, highly motivated people, could be hundreds of thousands, I don't know. It could be, I would guess, tens of thousands of very strong belief, active online people, many of them at the very least familiar with Reddit, because that's where they used to be based, at the very least familiar with it. Some of them big time Reddit users. All of this energy, where's it going to go? Okay, because they don't like the system. They think the system is the enemy. They want to take on the system. How can they do it? What if the masses are being told that the way to fight the system is to install Robinhood, buy GameStop, just like they're saying on Reddit Wall Street Bets. And guess who's telling them to do that? Let's go back to this now. Let me show you this. Who is telling people to do that? Well, I explained this in a recent video, which I'll link to in the info box below, GameStop, Power to the Players.